Good morning, YouTubers. It is a beautiful Saturday here in Sydney, Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, and I'm going to use this time today to get a couple of videos done. But before I do that, I just want to kind of take a second and throw a video that I've kind of had on my mind for the last couple of days here. What it's going to involve is going to be the Limitless Plus, and the Limitless XL. So not so much the XL, but very briefly, I just want to talk about it. Phenomenal tank, phenomenal RDTA, or RDA, I guess you want to call it, because it does come with stock coils. I did use stock coil, worked fine, had no issues with it. This comes with two rebuildable bases. One I have in there right now, that is made for single coil. The single coil that it comes standard with installed is a Juggernaut coil, and the second base comes with dual Claptons. And very innovative design, very different. There's your airflow on the bottom. Your wells for your wicking, very similar to the TFV8, so major improvements. Yeah, very cool tank, guys. If you want to dump out $30, $40, $50, depending on where you're at, on a cool piece of hardware, very flashy. Very nice. So the meat and potatoes of what I wanted to do this video for. Early morning. So, I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time going over the issue between Limitless and IJoy. If you're watching this video by now, you guys are already aware of what's happening. Essentially, these two companies came together, did a bunch of cool stuff together, and then there was some bickering from both sides back and forth about who did what, who was entitled to what, who made and who invented what. So they had to follow, they split ways. Now, while they were together, they had brought everybody the Limitless RDTA. Then they come out with the RDTA Plus. Very cool. A lot of upgrades. They went from plastic to metal. They went from the Allen's key grub screws to the fixed on top and bottom. Post width is a little bigger. Other than that, it's just some very minor improvements that made a major difference. Now, what I want to talk about is what happened after the fact, and what I thought the companies did right and what the companies did wrong. So the companies had split, and immediately the market became saturated with this. Really. Forget the top cap. But this style of an RDTA, the market became saturated with it. Now, Limitless, in my opinion, what they could have done and what they should have done was, I'm assuming they are entitled to some kind of royalties or some kind of commission, something. They're going to be getting checks for this. There's no way around that. I haven't heard any issues of court, so I'm assuming they know they're going to get paid and they're not wasting their time with it. Maybe I'm wrong. Again, I don't know all the ins and the outs of this case. However, if I was Limitless, what I would have done is I would have sat to the sidelines, collected these checks, and said, okay guys, let's go back to the drawing board, let's really take our baby, what we claim to be our baby, and let's really ramp this guy up and come out with something that no one's ever seen before, because this really has blown my mind. They, however, did not do that. They immediately rushed out. I don't know if it's out yet or if it's coming out, but the pictures, all the information is circulating. Essentially, they come out with this. What they did change was, instead of the slotted airflow, they moved it up to a couple little triangles, which I guess, the logo. I hope there's more change than just that, but it doesn't look like there is. Essentially, it's this with updated airflow. Whereas what IJoy did was they designed a whole new RDTA, and it comes with interchangeable bases. So you can get the Velocity style deck, you can get a 3-post deck, you can get a 4-post deck, the Goon style deck. There's a whole bunch of them. That was cool. They took an amazing product and they ramped it up to another level. So I guess the real point of this video is, who really was the brains behind the operation? Was it IJoy or was it Limitless? Yes, Limitless brought the design to the drawing board, but they seem to be really hung up on this split between IJoy, and they're not really progressing forward. They're just saturating the market with this. We've seen in the past that does happen when something popular comes out, and essentially that product just falls off the grid because there's so many of them, and none of them really have major upgrades. Whereas IJoy really did upgrade the availability of what you can and can't do with the Limitless style RDTA. So, and I'm not picking sides here, guys. Again, I don't know the ins and the outs of what took place behind closed doors, so I'm not saying that Limitless is right. They deserve all the rights, the money, the fame, the glory because for this tank, or IJoy does. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying is Limitless seems to be rushing out with just another one of these with minor changes because they can and because it's what they do. This is the product. It was their baby, and that's what they're focusing on. Where IJoy, being the mega monster they are, seem to be elevating the product. So I guess time will tell, what's going to happen with this this exact product. But that being said, we are going to have a complete breakdown of the Limitless Plus, and we are going to have a complete breakdown of the XL, including the RBA bases, and I'm going to go over some information on the standard coil, some things you should know. At this point in time, phenomenal products, regardless of who came up with it, regardless of what they're going to do going forward. Phenomenal products, and that's what we want as consumers. So it is a weekend. I hope there's still some sun wherever you're at, and you're enjoying the rest of what we coming out of summer now. Whatever nice days you guys have left, hope you can enjoy them. And remember, guys, keep it cloudy and fear ye the Ripper.